Guys, holy shit, it's here! It's been so long, and finally we get a trailer for Metroid Prime 4! I can't even remember, when was it the last time they even talked about it? 2017? 18? 7? Regardless, I am just here to quickly, wanting to gush a bit of what I saw, and also what I hope, with a sprinkling of some uncertainties and nervosity, if you will. It will be a bit of a rambly video, I do apologize for that, but hey, I just need to get this off my chest. So, let's begin. Allow me to quickly just say that visually this stands out. It really reminds me of the Metroid Prime 1 remaster that they came out with not too long ago, that they released on the Switch for like $40. Was it 40 or 30? Probably 40, it's Nintendo. And I really love that visual overhaul that they put in Metroid Prime. If there's one thing we know from playing the Metroid Prime trilogy, and to some extent even Metroid Prime Hunters, it's the fact that when it comes to the visual presentation of these games, they stand out, and they are really just impressive and wonderful. Not just in the graphical fidelity, considering the hardware that they're running on, but also the visual aesthetic and art design. So visually, let me just quickly say, I like it, I love it, mwah. Including the redesign of the Varia suit. I've always preferred the clunky looking heavy Varia suit compared to the sleeker, faster that other M came and pushed into the picture. I like that she's bulky in the armor. I don't know, I just really like that when she's out of it in the Zero suit, that's when she gets agility and stuff, and when she's in it, she's just that walking tank that space pirates are just running away from in pure fear. I really like the redesign, and also I just love the ship that they chose. Considering that it's really reminiscent to Metroid Prime 3, I don't think it's the exact same. And speaking of the ship, I do hope that gameplay-wise they will include the mechanics that they added in Metroid Prime 3. For those who doesn't know, you could use your actual ship in combat when fighting some enemies. It was in certain areas, you couldn't do it all the time, like having a bombing mission and having it fly over and just shoot down on all the enemies. It was glorious, but also a lot in the puzzles. There were some puzzles you had to use. I hope that they will increase and just add on more mechanics to the system rather than just sort of sweep it away, because it wasn't the deepest thing. It felt a bit tacked on to some extent, I'm not gonna lie, but I hope that they will just add on rather than just sweep it underneath the covers, if you will. But let's talk about sort of the elephant in the room, and that's the fact that Metroid Prime is kind of finished the story. For those who doesn't know, the Metroid Prime trilogy, Metroid Prime, Echoes and Corruption, focuses pretty much on the story of Phazon and Dark Samus. Dark Samus being Metroid Prime. And yeah, in Corruption, a spoiler alert for a game from 2007. I mean, Dark Samus is dead. Metroid Prime is gone. So I'm curious what they're gonna do with that, which is one of the reasons why I've never really been so, horrendously sad for having to wait so long for any news in regards to Metroid Prime 4, because the story's finished. Now, of course, Hunters exist, and Federation Force. I never played that. And the thing is, in Hunters, it wasn't about Phase or Dark Samus or Metroid Prime. It was about the forbidden hidden power where you meet up with many of the other hunters trying to find something. So it's not like Metroid Prime have to be about Metroid Prime, but still, yeah, I don't know. And speaking of the hunters, Silex, the weird enigmatic hunter, is back. I never really had an attachment towards him. I felt he was probably one of the least interesting hunters that you dealt with, but I know why they chose him to be the sort of Easter egg, the cliffhanger for Metroid Prime 3 and Federation Force, considering that he's pretty similar to Samus actually, in regards to that his entire hunter career, he's holding his identity really close to his chest. Nobody really knows who he is. He holds a hatred for the Galactic Federation. So in that regard, I'm sure they could do something interesting with that. I like his design, his redesign, very sleek. Yeah. Also, Space Pirates are back. Yay! Music is also, just quickly going into that, when I heard at the end of the trailer, when they show off the reveal that it's on in next year, God, that's just Phendrana drifts, you know? That is just the most beautiful, just, oh, it's beautiful, like, fuck! Like, who was in the studio? Pure presentation-wise, we have nothing to worry about. And considering it is the same team, I should do some research if it's the exact same team members in Retro, but if it's, I'm gonna hope that it's gonna just be a joy to play as well. Story, is of course a big deal of Metroid Prime. I feel like Metroid Prime compared to the classic Metroid series, the 2D side-scroller, you know what I mean. I feel like Metroid Prime leaned far more into narrative, considering the scanner and looking at the lore and all that kind of jazz. So I hope that they will still nail the feel when it comes to the world and characters and stuff like that. Now there is a bit of a split when it comes to the Metroid Prime fandom between Metroid Prime 1, 2 and 3. Metroid Prime 3, for those who haven't played it, is a bit more Halo in how the story is presented, having a lot of characters, a lot of talking. You don't really have the feeling of solitude. Now the reason why they went that route is because they wanted the epic finale against Dark Samus and you know, Phazon, Planet Phase, etc, etc. So yeah, I'm curious if they're going to stick with Metroid Prime 1 and 2 or 3. I prefer 3, not gonna lie. It's my 7th favorite game of all time. I really like Corruption, not gonna lie. So I hope they will have a lot of interesting characters, a lot of dialogue, a lot of people to talk to and stuff like that, but we'll see when it comes out. Number two, where did number 2 come from? I will also quickly say that I don't like the title. That's a pure nitpicky thing, but you know, Metroid Prime 1, just Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 2 Echo, so you go to a dark world, like an echo of the light world, and you deal with the, what was it called again? The Ing? It's been a while, sorry. Finally, Corruption, where in Metroid Prime 3, where of course you and your fellow bounty hunters get corrupted by Phase and you turn into Dark Samus. Beyond just reminds me of Buzz Lightyear. And yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say. I really like what I saw, I really like what I heard, I really like the gameplay I witnessed. I haven't played it yet obviously, but I have a sneaky suspicion that it will feel just as good as Metroid Prime 1, 2 and 3. I hope they will add a lot of the gameplay styles that they had in the classic ones. I grew up, I didn't grow up, but I played Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii U. On the Wii, but you know, I played on the Wii U with motion controls, and that was my preferred way of playing. Sadly, the Switch version of Metroid Prime 1, it didn't feel that good using the gameplay style with the nunchucks as the Wiimote shenanigans and motion controls and stuff. It didn't feel that good, sadly, and I hope that they won't just completely make it into a classic controller thing. I know I'm probably in the minority of this, but I like the motion controls, not gonna lie. Yeah. Also, keep Dark Samus dead, keep Phase gone, keep Ridley. I don't want Ridley to be there. He kind of overstayed his welcome in the Prime trilogy. Well, Prime 1 and 3. Make sure that Samus is as badass as she was in the Prime games. She always had like this awesome body language in the 3D games that I hope they will really stick to. Specifically, and especially the third game, where you could really feel her anger and rage at seeing all of her fellow colleagues get killed. I will finally say that I am super excited. I am so happy. It took a long time. I feel like they spent a bit too long developing this. That's never really the best sign. But it's the gaming industry these days. Shit takes a million years to make one video game. Hopefully it doesn't mean that they had a lot of issues behind the scenes. Yeah. I'm just gonna say that I am hopeful and I'm positive. Everything we saw, I didn't see a single thing that I genuinely seemed to dislike. Aside from the fact that the title seems weird, but I mean, that's a nitpick. Also the fact that it's a Metroid Prime continuation called Metroid Prime 4, when every Metroid Prime is dead and gone. But again, I'm rambling. That's the entirety of this video. I just want to talk about this amazingness that we saw. Anything else to say? I hope there will be badass boss fights. That's something that the first game kind of sucked at, but the later games really nailed. The boss fights are amazing in 3. I hope they will nail that. I also, this is probably gonna get some people frustrated with me, but I actually liked the multiplayer that Echoes had. Could we potentially get that? Sort of a side thing, a side option, a multiplayer like shoot 'em up against, you know, PvP pretty much. I hope they will do that. I doubt it, but it would be fun. Again, I'm just hoping, hopes and dreams, you know, crossing our fingers, give the thumbs up, do the gang signs. I'm just ecstatic. We have Metroid Prime 4 now, next year. We had Dread, and now Metroid Prime 4. It's insane. I am so happy to be a Metroid fan. I'm so happy to be a Metroid fan. And I just... yeah, I'm just happy. Finally, I hope they will add echoes and corruption to the Switch, very much like they did with the first one. I don't think they need a full-on remaster like the first one got, but I won't be opposed to it. So if you can bring that, Nintendo, then thumbs up to that. And finally, make sure that it's good, Retro.